All right, we changed the colors again over here in mandarin orange. We have
GSTL killer.
the voice that we chose this time to do this sounds like a scary man yelling at me in a garage.
Yeah.
All right, and now over here in sky blue.
Sky blue?
Sky blue, that's the color. We have...
Boom boom primary.
That guy's yelling in my ears,
He's
man.
actually yelling boom boom in my ears, man. Prime.
You read that sign very
I know
well.
how to read. Well, this is an interesting situation. This is not that good for Protoss. It's not an imbalanced situation. I don't want to.
No.
I don't want to use these like
Totally fine.
buzzwords that jobbers on forums use, but like it's not easy for the Protoss to really engage the Zerg early.
Yeah,
You know, when you're this far
four
apart.
gates are kind of not good anymore. We see that, well, he's going to go for a Forge Expand, it looks like, which is totally
He's
fine.
bringing another probe out there. Is that a rally mistake?
Yeah, that is definitely, without any doubt, a rally
That is
mistake.
a rally.
There's no build
Ooh, this
where
is
you...
bad. I can't believe we're actually
Yeah.
seeing Songho do this.
Yeah, this is actually
Oh, God.
terrible. He's actually missing out on a lot of minerals right now. He's so busy microing his probe.
And that's actually a terrible
This is
feeling.
actually
If you-
embarrassing. They're
if
still
you're
there.
actually on a TV match, oh my God. I'm actually looking at the TSL team right now, and they're like, oh my God, he's...
Wow.
You actually, if you guys could see the look on the TSL team's faces during
Oh,
that moment. They were
I'm
just
sure.
like,
I'm sure that they will give him some hell about that later.
Yeah.
So he's actually lost a lot of minerals, unfortunately, for him.
And that's
But he's got a lot of good scouting intel.
Yes.
So he kind of knows what the possibilities are at this moment, which is a lot. There's a lot of possibilities. Now, as this probe gets chased out and finally chased away by the Zerglings, will our Prime player go for any sort of cheesy play? Well, no, because he hasn't scouted yet. For some reason, he's decided not to scout this game, just use Overlords. And if you do that, I mean, the Forge Expand's going to get up fine, Tasteless. I don't know why you think you can kill it if you don't scout. You can't.
I don't know why I think that, Artosis. I'm so sorry I made that declaration on TV. Now, obviously a cannon's going to fit right where that probe
He's
is.
going to have to put up 2 cannons. This is a wide open base. He already has a second pylon ready.
It's actually, it's one of the reasons why we don't always see Protoss fast expand on this map.
Yeah, you got to be careful too, because someone like Nest-T will just rush to lay off 100 gas and spine crawler you. You know, this is one of those maps where you make
never forget that.
buildings in front of your cannons so you can outrange. And there we go. Second cannon is going to go down, and Killer's build is pretty much back on track. It's a very annoying Zergling right there.
Get out of there, little Zergling. That's a good Zergling. Listen.
You have that Zergling trained very well, Tasteless.
Yeah.
All right, so speed is on the way. Will there be just another hatchery thrown up by our Prime player? Oh, never mind. 12lings in production.
He's going in for a kill move here.
Yeah, he's going to make a lot of Zerglings.
Now, here's the thing. Bung Bung is going to be in I'm going to have a hard time saying that name with a straight face.
I'm going to say Boom Boom.
It's Bung Bung?
Boom Boom.
Boom Boom. All right. He's going to be in a lot of trouble with his team if this doesn't work.
Yeah.
They're like, we're down 1 game and you did a Ling all in? Dude!
Oh, wait a minute. This is not all in. He is making 4 drones now. So he's actually just doing some sort of link pressure here.
Like, it's one of those things where Protoss gets to be in the dark.
Well, I think he'll definitely run in and maybe try to kill the cannon in the mineral line. Just run in and maybe hold position or something. We'll see, though. Here he goes. Oh!
Into the main, and that is more than enough Zerglings to possibly... Well, actually, this is going to be
run
stuff
by, man.
You might not even be able to recover from stuff like this.
This is that's a nice move, but Killer actually doing a great job with his probes thus far.
You got to be a really good Protoss player to survive a situation like this.
Yeah.
Like, the Zerg is basically going to run around the corners here, as you guys can see, try to draw the probes out to fight him out one-on-one. The Protoss is going to be very careful. Oh, that was actually very good by Songho.
Yeah, quite is. He's doing a good job right now against us by losing a lot of probes, as we see. During this, though, our Zerg player Boom Boom is taking a 3rd base, so that is going to help him out immensely because this is slowing down anything Killer does. He's losing a ton of mining time. He's losing a good amount of probes. And, in fact, he's made a Stargate in a place where those Zerglings should be able to see eventually. See? Right there.
All right. Actually, he doesn't see it, though. He has not yet had vision. I was a little bit surprised, but I guess there aren't that many places you can actually make that. Let's see if the Lings spot the Stargate. The Stargate is probably the best thing to do if you do get in a situation like this. You can at least get out on the map and
they
scout.
see it.
They know.
See it. And as soon as they see it, Tasteless, a Queen and an Evolution Chamber are being made. Very smart, very good move by Boom Boom.
And he's going to try to get every last little probe he can before that ends. And as you can see,
11
somebody is killing more workers than the other.
A couple more gates being put up. The Void Ray, what will it actually be able to do? I don't think anything, man. I think it's just going to scout, see a third base, and be like, oh, I'm so far behind. When you go Void Ray after a cannon expand, Zerg is going to drone like a madman. And if you don't actually do some sort of damage, make him cancel a hatchery perhaps, kill a few queens, kill a bunch of overlords, kill a few drones, something tasteless. But this Void Ray is literally just going to scout and be like, oh, darn. So Killer is actually going to be playing way from behind here. In fact, it's already 44 to 70 supply.
All right, the 3 bases are up. Protoss basically has no presence on the map whatsoever. Zerg's coming here to peek. They do see that both gases are not taken.
You know what?
Say, wait a minute, let me check again.
You know what we might see taste as well. Look at that.
That was not worth it. All right.
Trying to get in there. Roach Warren on the way, just now making the layer. But another Void Ray is being made, and I'm wondering if possibly we might see a bunch of Void Rays and just Warp Gate units, which would be actually a nice try to recovery. You know, I'd rather see him do that than just try to play standard from here and get owned.
You know what I think he is going to do? Zealot Stock or Void Ray. I think it's going to be one of these timings where if the Zerg is proceeding with any caution, he'll be fine. But I think at this point in time, the Zerg's probably like, I've won this.
Well, he's making a bunch of Zerglings right now.
Well,
but there's a lot of Zealots, so
he needs to get the Void Rays charged up as well.
Yeah. And he's got to be careful about those Void Rays. Some Queens are up there. More Queens on the way. He's almost got everything connected by creep. And,
he needs to get that Spore Crawler.
He does get the Spore Crawler, but seems like there might be too many units here with 4 Queens coming in. Oh,
Songho's in such bad shape right now.
Yeah, I like the idea. He's still making Void Rays as well, but I think he needs to... Well, I think he's just going to go all in from here, it looks like.
Well, he has to. He needs to figure out... He should be like at least charging up the Void Rays on the neutral buildings or something during those attacks.
One actual real good way to do it, Tasteless, you proxy a gateway and charge up on that.
That is sexy.
Yeah, it actually really is. You can charge like 5 or 6 Void Rays on a gate easily.
Dude, that is so smart, Artosis. They should call you Smart Toses.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, problem.
All right, well, there's a lot of roaches now, so those Zealots are actually completely worthless. They aren't going to really do anything. And the Queens, as long as he micros the Queens right, he has plenty of transfusions. He has a Hydra's Den on the way. Or actually, he already has it, making Hydras on the way.
Even upgrading them, yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to find a way to
Zealots
describe...
here. This game is over.
It's pretty over, Tasteless. It's going to be brutal. Here he goes.
Right, here we go.
Now, he has a lot of transfusions. Bringing his Queens back up here. Some Hydras being popped out.
They are now charged up Void Rays.
And one goes down. Not really targeting them, just kind of letting everything attack everything, but it is fine. It's more than enough.
He may actually punch out GG.
Yeah, his supply is over doubled. It's 60 supply to 130 at the moment. Our Zerg player has 71 drones, which is more than the supply of Killer. He could literally kill everything Killer has with his drones if he sent them. Well, maybe the cannons might cause a problem, but everything else.
Well, this is a very good feeling when you're Zerg right now because you know how desperate your opponent is right now.
Yeah.
You're saying, oh, you try to come back with some crappy Void Ray Stalker Zealot attack. You scoff at it.
Well, we see it looks like there might be a creep highway on the way for us, Tasteless. Always like to see those constructed.
He actually might just try to overrun him.
Yeah.
Just make it literally, creep highway.
Just rally the units, right? And of course, creep highway is when you just set up your overlords in a little path. Literally, in this case, on a highway.
Yeah, this is a highway.
Yeah.
We've never been more correct in using the term creep highway. This is a road.
Mm-hmm. Now, this army that Killer has is actually very, very weak for this point in the game, especially considering what his opponent has. And in fact, Killer is going for double robotics plus robotics bay. I just want to point out.
Well, he's just going to try to get way too many Colossus.
Yeah, and that's actually smart. That's a good way to try to recover from here. Just get way too many Colossus and hope that you catch your opponent without the correct units to counter that. And look at this, fake and a drop. That is actually quite a popular counter to Void Rays, is to drop. Killer walking up into the main and decides to turn around. He realizes that this is a trap.
Oh, it's a trap. And... That's sort of a half-hearted fake. I mean, he didn't even have the army there.
Yeah, he didn't have his army up to... Because what you do is, if he walks the army up, you just kill a bunch of buildings in the front with your army.
Yeah, exactly. But generally, if you're going to do a fake drop, and you do have the drop, then you want to put at least one Overlord with Zerglings in there, because all you have to do is see 1 or 2 units come out, and you're like, oh god, it's real.
4 kills on that Void Ray, 4 Overlords being taken out. Nice Void Ray.
You notice how the driver of the Void Ray looks like Adon from Street Fighter 4? Something about his head. I don't... Yeah.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
I never actually looked at the driver of the Void Ray.
I've never looked at his picture.
I don't look at those pictures, actually.
I don't know what most turned on.
Like.
Yep.
Okay, so
the animation.
our Zerg player coming around. It's going to be pretty gross. He has 7 Corruptors being made, so the double Colossus building aren't going to help out that much. You know, Killer's trying his hardest to come back here, but it's a max Zerg against 114 Protoss. Not a lot of force fields.
Very nice job, though, with those few force fields. He's got to buy time. I mean, all you can do at this point in time is try to hang on until you actually get to be maxed out, too.
Well, we have a ton of Corruptors popping out, so that is going to be the biggest issue. Roach speed is not even done yet. It's just kind of cute. Moving around, looks like he might attack the front of the natural. Killer would be out of position in that case. Instead, just kind of walks around. He's just playing super, super careful. 74 drones right now. It's 57 probes.
All right. Takes out the pylon. There is, like, almost nothing that Protoss can do at this point in time.
He's in a
I'm sorry to
tough
say
spot.
that to our viewers, but this is actually, I can't emphasize how difficult this is to recover from.
The only chance in the world is to engage at cannons. Let the cannons take out the Corruptors. It's the only thing that can kill those Corruptors quick enough to not lose every
there's not enough Stalkers there to actually cover.
So if they engage at the third, where he has a nice little 4 cannon group.
But see, that's basically saying that the Zerg has to make the mistake. The Protoss can't win this on his own.
This is definitely a position Zerg should always win in, if played correctly. But we will see. Will there be a way to hold this? Here we go.
Right,
some nice force fields. And the Corruptors are coming in. The thing is, does he have the damage to actually kill off these Corruptors? It doesn't look like it. Colossus
These Overlords
falling.
are blocking the battle.
They're just, we can't even see what's going on.
I don't even know what the hell's happening.
That's really rude, Bong Bong. And that is going to be it, Tasteless.
Expect GG.
Wow.
Wow.
8 Overseer Morph. Is that how Zerg makes fun of
Dude, that's how Zerg does it. We just now discovered. Songo actually was laughing at himself there for a second. He's like, that sucks.
Yeah, Boom Boom doing a great job with that Ling run by after there. There was just not much hope, man. He saw the Stargate, and when you see that Stargate, especially when you've already killed a bunch of probes and you're taking a third, it's like, well, no thank you. So Prime ties it up 1-1.
That was a very impressive game from him. I think it was basically over, though, when the Lings got in there. There's Check giving some encouraging words. Get it, donut. You deserve a donut.
I wouldn't eat a donut right there. I wouldn't want that heavy stuff in my stomach. You got to be light on your feet.
You know, donuts are actually like the worst thing for you.
Pretty much.
But you know, here's something with Krispy Kreme donuts. It's just like,
those are actually.
You put it in my mouth. It's just like melting.
I know what you mean.
Oh.
Those are amazing.
Someone is eating a Krispy Kreme donut at home right now. Like, right. Well, that is. Look, I think right now the TSL team is probably really respecting the Zerg guy.
Yeah.
They're probably going for who's good. They're going to send out. You know, it's going to be Artosis.
Is it going to be Clyde?
It's going to be Clyde, dude.
I think you're right.
I think it is. I'm not even joking.
I think Clyde is a good choice.
I know he was joking because we always say Clyde's so good, but he always gets to the round of 16.
Well, it should be Clyde.
You release the Clyde.
You give Clyde the map of his choice, and he will tear a Zerg apart.
Absolutely, man.
Especially a Zerg like this. Clyde is actually, with Nada, the most...
consistent?
Consistent pro gamer in the GSL. He always makes it pretty deep.
Yeah, so. I mean, here's the thing about Clyde. He will always beat a few players. You know what I mean? And you can always put him against somebody good.
Clyde,
it'll be a good game.
Let's say that you are like an RPG player. Clyde has thorns. You're going to attack Clyde, and you're going to do damage to him, but he's going to do damage back.
Here's the thing about Clyde. Clyde is actually the secret character that it's not that hard to get in the Japanese RPG that's like really good. And sometimes people find out they didn't get the Clyde. And you know, they got to restart it, and then they never end up beating the game because it's a linear Japanese RPG. All right, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? It's like they just sent Song home again. It's like you can't do that.
Oh, I'm not surprised at this either. I was going to guess that, and then you were like, who is it going to be? I'm like, you know what? You're right, Clyde. But they're going to save Clyde for a little bit more. It's going to be Puma next. And he's a good choice as well. He's actually very, very good at TBZ. He's actually really good at all the matchups.
Well, he doesn't have as much experience. Puma does get a little bit nervous.
Yeah, this guy
He's a little
actually
bit
can't win
anxious.
when things matter a lot of the time.
Yep.
But in practice, one of the best players in the world in StarCraft 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah, man. He was great. And I have his computer.
It's my computer.
No, dude.
I lent it to him, and then you needed a computer, man.
He did change his ID to Gentleman. But as you guys know, this is the same Puma from StarCraft 1.
Yes.
Very good player.
And just changed his ID in the last few days, I guess, so.
Gentleman. But is he a scholar?
You know, this makes me mad because I know a StarCraft 1 guy named Gentleman PG. I used to practice with him
Oh
back
my
in,
God, I used to play with Gentleman.
back
Oh
in,
my
like,
God, you just
04,
brought up
03 or
memories.
so. Yeah.
Gentleman PG. I
Way,
wonder how
way
that
back.
guy's doing.
He's a pretty good player. I don't know. He's gone, as far as I know. Good German.
One of those German PG players. All right, Puma. Notice the TSL team keeps coloring their hair. Looks good, man.
Yeah. Good
All right, there's a
style.
2-minute break. Don't go too far away. We'll be back soon here at the GSL Team League.